I'm Tom Gerber. I'm a filmmaker from Zurich, and we're here in the cinema of the film school at the Zurich University of the Arts, where I also teach. So half of the time I'm a freelance director for feature films and for TV series, and the other half I'm a teacher. After I did the Matura, I was 19 years old. I didn't really know what to do. I decided to study English because that was always my favorite subject in school. And at some point, we had a film lesson in the English study. And I realized that watching movies and series was my great passion. So I thought, why not try to get into that field? In school, I realized the short films I did, without that I even wanted it to be like that, they were all comedies. So whatever I did, it was always funny. And after school, I didn't really have a plan. I wanted to make a feature film. But this is always a very big enterprise. So most people take 8 to 10 years after they have finished school to make their first feature. So people from the advertising business, people who did commercial, they really liked my short films. And they asked me if I want to do commercials, which I did because it was a really good learning ground. It's good to learn how to deal with camera people. It's good to learn how to talk to people, to manage a crew. At the same time, I was always editing, so I'm a bit of a computer nerd since I'm a child. So I started to become assistant editor. That's basically just the guy who helps the editor. And then, as always, after 1 year of assistant, the chef editor doesn't have time and recommends me. So suddenly, I'm an editor. And then I work with different film companies. I edit feature films for the cinema. And then at some point, one of those companies has a script for a TV feature, a romantic comedy. And they make a list of directors. And they put all the well-known directors on the list, but they know me from the editing and they know my short films from the art school. So they give me this script and I can direct my first feature. Since then, I have directed 2 features and I now directed a TV series last year. I will also direct the same series this year. So you could say it went from editing to directing. For me, I found out in film school what I can do, what I can't do, what I'm good at and what I'm not good at. And for me, the biggest motivation to keep going is the feedback I get from an audience. So no wonder I do comedies and no wonder that I really like to do mainstream films, because for me, art or filmmaking is like a communication with the audience. When you talk about authorship, people always say film is a collaborative art. And that's true, but that's also not true. It's true in the way that it's collaborative, that somebody writes a script, somebody invents a movie. The movie belongs to this person. The script gets handed to the director. And suddenly, the movie belongs to the director who hasn't written the script. He changes the script. And then the director's idea goes to the actors, and the actors make something out of that. And after that, it goes into the editing, and the person who does the edit has a view. So in a way, it's true. It's a collaborative art. But also, it's not true, because you often see movies where you miss a sort of a guidance, or you miss a Handschrift in German, you miss a handwriting, you miss a character. And I think that the director has to be involved in all of these steps. And the director's vision has to be present in all of that. That's why when the script is done, the director normally writes a version of that script, deciding what is important, what is not. The director chooses the actors. The director maybe talks to the actors to do things differently. So when you have a bad performance of an actor, it's not the actor's fault, it's the director's fault. The producers play an important role, mostly in connecting people. The producers have a lot of experience, and in Switzerland, a lot of producers, they think they just need to make sure the money is here and they have to make the budget. Of course, that's only one part. In an ideal world, the producer connects the creative people with other creative people. The movies that succeed are a lot of times movies who have a strong authorship from the director. It seems to me that especially in these days, the authorship of the director, even in Hollywood, has become more important. I think in a globalized world, authorship is getting even stronger, and people learn more skills. So nowadays, I can teach you how to edit technically in 10 minutes. That's not difficult to operate the software. So we have more and more directors who also want to edit a little bit. We have directors who maybe make music in GarageBand. So we live in a time where the authorship of an artist maybe even gets into more fields because it's easier to start in a new field.